Okay, continuing on with questions from my Facebook page. The next one's from Bethany. I will link her blog, The Simmering Mind, in the About Video section, so you can look it below. She actually has multiple questions in this one, so I may have to break it up into more than one video depending on how much I ramble, which is usually a lot. Her first one is, do you see any recurring themes among all your books? Family. Family is a recurring theme in my books. Almost all of my books have a theme where either the way someone's... the way I like to say it is I don't really get into a book until I find out what the primary relationship is. And generally the primary relationship is a familial one. There are some exceptions to that. Beggar Magic is mainly about friendship. Lands of Ash is about between a husband and wife, which that's the relationship that kept me reading or kept me writing at that one. But if you go through my Dragon series, the relationship between brothers was what drove Dragon's Curse. I mean, it's a romance, but the way that King Edmund is affected by his brother's death at the hands of a dragon is what starts that book and what keeps it going, basically. It's the heart of it. And you can't tell you more about that without giving away spoilers. Dragon's Rival is about the relationship between Prince Ryan and his father. I mean, there's a lot else going on, but it's about fathers and sons generally, because also there are other characters dealing with similar things in that one. But I think the way that family shapes us is really interesting, and the way relationships shape them. So yeah, then that's one thing that's important to me. So I like to show, strong marital relationships. I think there's enough negative marital relationships portrayed in fiction that it's nice to have some married people who actually really do care about each other and who are looking out for each other and who use that as kind of an anchor in this world that's portrayed. And so, yeah, to me, the heart of any book is relationships. So family is a big deal. And so family is a recurring theme. I write hopeful books, so hope is a recurring theme. Let's see, what else is there? And I like to make sure I represent healthy relationships as opposed to more negative ones. I mean, there will be some toxic relationships that might seep in, or some characters who aren't particularly nice, and of course there's always villains, but I like to make sure that the relationships I'm glorifying and, bringing to a forefront and making my characters and my readers root for are worth it. Like for Beggar Magic. Beggar Magic was shaped around the friendship between Leilani and Zebedee. And in some ways, it was a great friendship, but in some ways, they had problems. I mean, Zebedee had a dependence on Leilani, which was due, I think, mostly to the fact that poor Zeb was kind of a lonely child who, she was looking for an anchor in the world, and Leilani was her anchor, so... But it did develop into kind of a dependence, which when Leilani started to branch out on her own, turned to jealousy to an extent too. But yeah, so that is definitely an ongoing theme. So I'm going to say family, hope, positive relationships. Those are my 3 kind of cornerstones in what I try to write about.